Hi guys, welcome back to the Humble Gamer channel. I am the Humble Gamer, and this is Cities Skylines. I'm sure you all recognise it. It's a heavily modified Cities Skylines, I should point out. There might be issues through the series, but I just thought I actually really enjoy this game. It's one of my games I play to relax, and I thought I'll do a couple of videos of it, just see how far we get. We're playing on a map called Celtic Coast, I think. It's made by Mr. Miyagi. He's quite a prolific map builder. Obviously, if you play Cities Skylines, you'll probably know of him. You can find this map on the... Yes, I'm going to build some roads. I know how this works. You can find him on the Steam Workshop. I'll leave a link to this specific map in the description below. I've also been watching... One of the reasons I picked this up is actually... I've been inspired by a fellow YouTuber, a guy called Greenbeak, who you can check out down below as well, because he does a lot of City Skylines work, and he does a really awesome series called Weatherby. Which I highly recommend you go and watch if you haven't already. But never mind about all that, let's get straight to building. This is going to be just half-hour shots of me doing stuff. Don't expect any major editing or any clever stuff, because that's just not going to happen. This map is beautiful, by the way. Also, if you're a City Skyline builder, in the sense that you're one of those guys that does an awful lot of... beautification and detailing, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that because I am not as good as you are. I can guarantee you that. I'm gonna build a nice little village, I think. So yeah, this is another one of the series where, look, we all know what's happening with the channel now. By the time this comes out, anyway, just delete that so I can use the roads that I want to use. We all know what's going on, in the sense that this will come out when it comes out. I don't know when you'll see this in relation to the new stuff, the other new stuff that you've seen. But let's build around that lake. I think that lake's quite a nice, because we can build out to there as well. I think this lake is quite a nice starting point. So, but I'm not going to use the lake for my water, for reasons which will become abundantly clear. So we're going to start with a single road. Just one single road, like that. That's what we're going to start with. That's all we're going to have. Oh, there's a dirt off-road connection, off-map connection there, and of course there's the... Right, what we're going to do is we're going to stick a little roundabout in, because I prefer roundabouts. Obviously, now the amount of times I've started this game, I really hope that's quieter on the thing. Let me have a look, see if I can see what happens when I delete something to the sound spike. Oh, bloody useful. Hold on, bear with me. Yeah, that's fine. Well, if you can't hear me, you can't hear me. It's, you know, these things happen. Sorry, tree. One thing that frequently happens whenever I play this game is that I end up using all my money on the early road connections, and I suddenly go, oh, I can't afford to give my people water. So I'm going to try and make sure that doesn't happen this time around. I'm going to build a bigger road here, but with the intention that it will eventually go off that way, which I could do already, but I'm not going to. Actually, no, I'm not going to leave the bigger road. Let's have just a single road. It's going to run... No, let's do it. I know the game is paused. I paused it. Yep. And then down to there. Lovely. And then we'll carry on the dirt road to... That one doesn't need to curve. Just goes to there. Lovely. And then if we do literally like... a villagey kind of square with a couple of... I don't really want a load of through roads. This is a village. It doesn't need to have a load of through roads. I quite like just the little closes, because it's small enough. People can get round. So, next thing we need is our power. Now, given that we're... Ah, yes, now... No, I do kind of want... I'm going to have some industry. We're starting off as a small village. So I think to start with we can probably just use Yeah, let's put a wind farm up by the castle, shall we? Get a couple of those. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Hopefully I haven't spent too much money on that. Because then we're just going to get this to run down to about there. Yeah, I reckon. And then the water now. There's gonna be pollution from the water. So much pollution. I want to leave the castle. And that's a nice little beach. Let's put the water pump there and then the sewage pump there. Boom and boom. And then just pull that around there. And that's worked out pretty well, actually, without costing me too much money at all. So then, let's just... I know to reach a milestone, let's just fill in these little bits here. And then what I'm going to do, because I always like to do this, I like to keep the ends of roads clear, because that one's not going to go anywhere, but this one might. This one might. And I also like to keep the corners clear, just in case I ever want to, you know, expand. Which reminds me, I haven't cleared this corner. Yeah, I've been playing this a lot, and then I sort of stopped playing it for a bit. We can go now. We can watch this little village of ours. We're called Humble Glen, as you can see down there, down where it says that's the area. I don't know what this village is going to be called specifically yet, but we shall find out. Producing 45 megawatts of electricity. What does that produce? That produces 40 megawatts. So actually, alright, I've spent a lot of money, but actually I'm already in a good start. So, yeah, I started watching, I started playing this years ago when it first came out, and then I sort of fell out of it, and then I've now started, because I started watching that YouTube series down below by the YouTuber called Greenbeak. Definitely go and give him a sub. He's about a similar sized channel to me, so I want to start supporting people like that, and he really has inspired me with some of the work he does. Definitely check out his Weatherby series. It's absolutely amazing. And as a British guy, Greenbeak, if ever you see this as a guy who is from Britain, and I'm sure you've had loads of comments from people who are from Britain, but just as to add to the pile, it really looks amazing. You've done a fantastic job on it. Absolutely love it. But yeah, and that inspired me. And obviously, you know, at the time of recording, this is where I'm starting to get back into the potential flow of recording stuff. Semi-regularly for you guys, and I thought, what the heck, it's a good game, I enjoy it. So right, I'm happy with all the names at the moment. Charles Street, it's not going to be Anna Jones Street, we'll call it Anna Jones Close, because it is a close. No caps. Might as well need to alter the roads in a second. Then you've got Franklin Close, which could be extended at some point. And then you've got Maple Close in our nice little Scottish style village. I'm not going for a specific theme in that sort of sense. Put a stop sign there, 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 definitely put a stop sign there, and then let the motorway and everything else run itself. So we've got a big massive motorway connection with a tiny little village that doesn't even have a shop. That reminds me, actually, I probably need to see where's finishing. If I make that bit, seed that for commercial stuff. There we go. We can have our little shops. Obviously, in some of the mods, I've got a load of British style. Oh God, the water isn't electrified. I thought I'd done well with the electrification costs. There we go. Now everything's connected to the Lecky. There's a shot. If I just enter free camera mode, there's a shot. Old and new. That's quite nice. I might use that as the I really might use that as the thumbnail. Good shot, that. And then over the hill, we have the beginnings of our nice little village. Which is going to be awesome. Oh, we've got a couple of shops. Yakisoba and Fall-In Dental. Now I just need people to arrive. That's all I need now. I just need people to arrive. We've got demand for industry. I'm not sure where I'd put industry. I'll probably buy the railway, actually. Yeah, oh, hold on. We have people. I've got a first-person camera mod, but it doesn't seem to be working, so it's going to follow this car. It's owned by the Orchard residents, Sterling Hancock, an uneducated adult. He's going to the Orchard residence. Yep. Which is somewhere in Humble Glen. A lot of stuff going on my phone and the computer. I think it's Facebook messages. So where is the Orchard residence? This is the question. Oh, he lives in Maple Close. Does he? Oh yes, he lives there. That's the Lilac residence. Oh no, he's just parking. That's the Orchard residence. Lovely. Fantastic. Ah, now people are starting to arrive. Now, industry. Need to put the industry down, but I want to do that miles away from the village. We are going to have a slightly larger road for the... Oh, are we, though? No, we're not. Just to there. Then to there. Then there. And then there. And then I'm out of money. So, let's just do some quick zoning, shall we? An industry, I don't mind if that gets knocked down to make room for roads. That's fine. We're not going to call it Parker Street. We're going to call it the Humble Glen Roundabout. There we go. Ooh. That's going to be Bedford Lane. I don't like Bedford Way for a dirt road. Bedford Lane, lovely. Then Julie White Street. This is where all the industry is. And you get onto Manor Highway and Dixon Highway, which I can't edit anyway. So people are arriving. It is night time. I didn't turn off the day-night cycle because I quite like the day-night cycle in this game. I know some people do. I know Greenbeak does. Genuinely, if you ever watch this, Greenbeak, hi, really big fan actually. Really like your I recently subscribed to you at time of recording. Really big fan of your series. It's absolutely amazing. I don't think we'll do much, but we'll probably go round the lake at some point and then use the farms, presumably for farms, but you never know, do you? But yeah, so we got quite a small little village coming up along. 900, is that the first? No, it's not. It's the second one, so we're on our way to being a little hamlet. And then obviously here we shall put the schools and everything in this area as well, because I love the idea of making a small village on this, as well as making a big city. We will make a big city. That'll probably be up over here on the hill where you can see the other castle from. Yeah, I think because if we're going for a sort of Scottish, like I said, I'm not theming in that sort of sense, but having a big city on the hill coming off what is a lovely intersection. But yeah, I quite like the idea of keeping... Oh, they need water and electricity and I have no money for it. Well, you're just going to have to cope without. Sorry. Oops. See, that's the mistake I make, but it's fine as long as people turn up. So I'm probably going to speed a few things up now, because there's literally nothing else I can do. So yeah, I'll speed a few things up. I could delete Bedford Highway, I suppose. Can't get a loan either, can I? No, I can only set the budget. Damn. A loan would be really, really useful. Well, I knew I'd cock up eventually. I didn't think I'd cock up quite this early, but I'm going to speed time through a bit, so I shall see you in just a moment, everybody. Hooray! We've made it to Little Hamlet, which means I've got some money. Which means that I can also take out a loan if I just pause the game in the background, so I've got that. So now I can connect power. Power. And water to the industry bit, which means they're going to stop moaning. I mean, they're entitled to moan. They're, you know, dying of thirst and have no power with which to do their jobs. That's fine. Good. Now we've got all that sorted. Now, you may notice that down here I need a lot. I now need some shops. So we're going to put in a small little shopping area. I still haven't named... this town properly yet. This time we will have a little road going through, because this is where I'm also going to put the little doctor's surgery, which I've got, which is a mod, a UK medical practice. You can find all these mods on the Steam Workshop. I found them by just typing in UK. And a small little school. We need to think of a name for the town so I can name the school appropriately. Now we're going to stick it. That can be the shopping precinct. Stick in a few more bits of residential. And then paint in this residential bit because I don't want to. Cover up the corners. I will be in future episodes. I will be taking a bit more time. I just wanted to get this one up and running. Wanted to get this little town up and running, so we could sort a few so we could get things going. It also, we still want some more residential. That's good. That's fine. That's coming. So people do want to come and live here. This is always a positive thing, I find. And then it might be worth actually just building out a little bit here. Putting some more. That'll just be a little close, I think. Another little. And connect that to there. Then stick in. I can fill this up. Fill those up. Because that road's not going to go anywhere anyway until the things have gone. But right now. All these new bits are going to need water. But the good thing is, because I've started small, which I still think I think you should do on this game. I think you really should. I know that the whole point is to start small, but oh yes, I'll need to put in. I can't afford the landfill site now. 4,000. It's all right. Because we can now sort out the taxes. Now, usually what I go for 10% on the houses. Then I usually go 11% on the commercial and 12% on the industrial. I don't know whether that strictly works, but I've never really failed to make money when I've managed to make successful cities. It doesn't happen very often, so part of this is going to be, let's see how long I can be successful for. Start putting all those together, and then we'll put the landfill site just here, I think. Need to know what I'm going to call this place. Well, Humble Glen. That's a lake or a loch in Scotland, so I guess Loch Glen. We'll go with that. So this is Loch Glen Primary School. Loch Glen Primary School. There we go. And is that the doctors? Yes, so that'll be Loch Glen Medical Practice. And the whole area is called Humble Glen, but this specific little bit of it, this bit here, is called Loch Glen. This is all moaning about, where are the garbage trucks? Yes, I know. I know we're struggling for garbage trucks. I'm aware of this. But yeah, let's have a little look at our fledgling little village of Loch Glen. It's not bad. It's not bad. Decent views. Very fine views. There is a coastline somewhere. I think it is up over here, isn't it, where the city's going to go. Yeah, I like the idea of using that whole hill as the big city. And then nice A road coming down to here. Joining up at that roundabout, which means I shall probably, what I might actually do is, in preemptiveness, take out that, then oh wow, no, I don't like that corner. There we go, that's nice. Carry on. And now I need to adjust the because that's now going to be the through road. As is that, and stop that. I really don't like using traffic lights in this game. I don't like them. I genuinely think they actually slow it down more than they speed up traffic. So, oh god. Need to check how long I've been recording for. Does it tell me on here? I don't think it does tell me on here, does it? That's frustrating because I forgot to resume my thing. Well, actually, no, you know what? I'll tell you what. I've got to wait for the money to come in for the sewage thing anyway. So I think we'll go with that. So thank you ever so much for watching. If you are enjoying what you're seeing, please do like and subscribe. Check out all the links I put in the description below towards. They are specifically, I believe, towards Mr. Miyagi's stuff on Steam, his assets that you can get on Steam, and to Greenbeak as well, because he does do some really awesome stuff. I strongly recommend you check out the Weatherby series, because that was really, really good. It was really good. Other than that, thank you ever so much for watching. Basically, you'll see the next video very soon. I've been I've forgotten how to do my outro. That was City Skylines. I am the Humble Gamer. Thank you ever so much for watching. Goodbye.
Oh my god! Oh, what? What's happened? Why are there chickens? Well, I mean, what did you expect to happen?